Hi cuties! So as you can see, I have some unboxing to do. Recently, I may have gone on a teeny tiny shopping spree on BookOutlet.com. I had a bunch of $5 off coupons, and I also saved up a bunch of points. So I had to use them, guys. I had to! So today's video will be showing you all the books I got from BookOutlet.com and a couple extras from elsewhere. So to begin, we're gonna look at the ones I got from Barnes & Noble today! The receipts. So both of these books were anticipated 2019 releases for me, the first of which is The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi. This is set in 1889 in Paris, and that's really as far as I know. I think it has to do with some kind of treasure hunting, but I'm ready to go in without knowing too much about it because everyone's going crazy over it. And the second book I got from Barnes & Noble is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. This is supposed to be a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I'm ready for that. I actually have a whole bunch of Beauty and the Beast retellings. Maybe I should do a month of Beauty and the Beast because I got a lot. I need somewhere to set these. Okay. Peter, you're gonna be used. And I also stopped at Second and Charles today. I sold some DVDs and had enough money to swap it out for Flame in the Mist by Renee Audier. Now this book is set in feudal Japan, and I know me, my feudal Japan. I should probably continue those Japanese history vlogs. I'm excited to read this, but because it deals with Japan, I will probably be very critical of it, so we'll see how it goes. And that's the end of the non-Book Outlet books. Let's get started. Oh, it's a big baby. Okay, so the first book in the box is An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. This book deals with fairy stuff. It's had mixed reviews, so we'll see how I like it. And then we have The Fate of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. So now I have the entire Tearling trilogy, and I'm excited to read this because one of my friends on Tumblr really likes the series. Other people say it's slow. We'll see what I think of it. And we have The Lonely Hearts Hotel by Heather O'Neill. I'm not actually sure what this is about, but it's been on my TBR for a bit. I think it's maybe magical realism? I'm not sure, but it looks amazing and I can't wait to read it. Then we have War Storm by Victoria Aveyard. So now I have the complete Red Queen series and I can actually read that. Then we have Heart of Thorns by Bree Barton. This one is very fantastical and a world where only women can possess magic. And I'm like, yeah, of course. And I don't know if it's a love story because there is a plot about marriage. I don't know if that's the main part of the plot. And because I am trash for Pride and Prejudice stuff, Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe by Melissa De La Cruz. Because sometimes you need a cheesy romance, people. And if I'm gonna read cheesy romance, it's gonna be a Pride and Prejudice retelling. It was already becoming a problem over here. And then we have The Cage Queen by Kristen Ciccarelli. Not sure if I pronounced that name right, but this is the second book in the Iskari series because I already have the last Namsara. It's a series I really want to read, but I like having complete series before. But I still need one more of this. And then we have The Loneliest Girl in the Universe by Lauren James, which is like a sci-fi possible romance. This was another one of my anticipated 2019 releases, so I'm really glad Book Outlet had it. Next is The Precious Dreadful by Stephen Parlato. So this is kind of a mystery surrounding a girl who joins a writing group, I think. So this one seems really interesting. This tower of books over here is going to fall. We're down to the last two books in this box. We have The Final Six by Alexandra Monir. This is another sci-fi, and it deals with like 6 finalists to go to, I think, Europa. I just like books and stories that revolve around competitions. I mean, I was trash for Hunger Games too. So anything that gives me a good competition in a book, I'm ready for that. And last we have Honor Among Thieves by Rachel Kane and Anna Guire. Thing is, I did not like Anna Guire's Razorland books, but I have some of Rachel Kane's books that I haven't read yet as well. So I'm giving Anna Guire another shot. I'm just hoping I don't have to deal with any of the writing that I had to deal with in Razorland. I'm hoping. Box number 1 is done! Box number 2! Yeah! Yeah. Gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Okay. First up in this box we have The Traitor Prince by C.J. Redwine. I have The Wish Granter and The Shadow Queen, but I haven't read them yet, so I need to read that. But I have a feeling I will really like these books. Can I stack any further? Is this going to topple? And then we have Onyx and Ivory by Mindy Arnett. This is a high fantasy, has some mixed reviews, so we'll see how I like it. The stack is getting scary. And then I got an entire trilogy. So this is the Jewel trilogy by Amy Ewing. So we have the Jewel, the White Rose, and the Black Key. Now here's the thing about me. Normally, I will not buy books with pretty girls in dresses on the cover, but the Selection series got me, and they got me good because that was a fun, good series that I loved. So we're gonna try again and see if this is similar to that and how much I like it despite the covers. But normally this is not my cup of tea. Okay, I'm gonna start a new pile here. This is scary. I'm gonna turn you guys. And then we have Frost Like Night by Sarah Rosh, which is the second book in the Snow Like Ashes series, which did I order? I think I ordered that in this pile 2 in hardcover, unless I already have it. Do I already have it? I don't know. I need to do a better job of what's behind me. So again, I think this is a high fantasy. Ooh, I I think I just got spoiled. Oh gosh, no! Then we have one that I really want to read, which is The Library of Fates by Aditi Koran, because anything that has the word book or library or anything like that in it, I'm going to pick up. This, I think, has to deal with Indian mythology, which is really intriguing because I don't have a lot of stuff that is in India. And the last book in this box is The Savage Dawn by Melissa Gray, which is the third book in the Girl at Midnight series, which I already have the first two and haven't read them, so I completed another trilogy, and now I can read it. Maybe. Box 2 is done. We're getting there, guys. We're halfway. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa! Copyright infringement. Okay, guys, so if you remember my readathon at the end of the year, and I absolutely loved When the Moon Was Ours by Anna Marie McLemore because it felt like I was reading a dream. Well, I got her other book, Wild Beauty, and I'm hoping for that same, if not similar, feeling when reading her writing, because I think she's gonna be one of my favorite authors of all time. Oh no, I got a paperback! I didn't think this was paperback! Dang it! I thought I was getting rid of all my paperbacks, and now I added one. So this is Reboot by Amy Tintera, which deals with people coming back to life, and that's as much as I know about it, so we will see. You can sit way up there because you're paperback. Now, I normally don't do this, and that is buy books out of the correct order, but because I can never seem to find the series of books anywhere, I jumped at the chance to have it. So this is book 3 in the Diviners trilogy, which is Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. I recently found the Diviners, and that was a huge deal because everywhere I go online, it's like 40 bucks. So I'm like, what? But I still need Layer of Dreams, so I'm gonna keep an eye out for it. I really, really, really want to read this series. It's like set in the 1920s with paranormal ghost hunting and stuff like that. So it's right up my alley and I want to read it, but I need the second book because I know I'm just going to tear through them. Last year I read the Graceling trilogy by Kristen Cashore, and she also has a book called Jane Unlimited. And I'm very excited to read it because I really liked her writing in Graceling, so I'm hoping I will also like this one. It's so shiny. Oh my gosh, can you even see it? Oh, it's a signed copy! I didn't even know I got a signed copy! I didn't know you could get signed copies from BookOutlet. Which I don't think is a sequel, but it's a companion to A Fire and Stars, which I haven't read yet. But I got it in an Owl Crate a very long time ago and should probably read it. And then we have Haunting the Deep by Andriana Mather, which is the same person who wrote How to Hang a Witch, I believe, which again, I haven't read yet. It's been on my TBR. I keep adding books to my TBR, and it's a problem, and I really need to read more books, Stephanie. Stop buying books, Stephanie. So next on the list is Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. So this deals with China, and I am trash for anything set in Asia, because that's how I live my life, and you're not allowed to judge me for it, okay? This might be a Snow White retelling, but I might be thinking of something else, but we'll see. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. The final box, the biggest one of them all. Yeah. I don't know why I make sound effects when I cut things open, but it's what I do, okay? All right, for a second, I thought I bought the same book twice. I did not. There's so much paper in here. So another book that I think might be magical realism is Wicked Like a Wildfire by Lana Popovic. Maybe not. Maybe it's just straight up fantasy. I don't care. Look at this beautiful book, guys. I did get Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh, as well as the third book, Ice Like Fire. Yay, I completed another trilogy on the list. Oh god. Oh god. Don't fall over, books. And this is a book that I knew I should have read a long time ago, and now it has a Netflix movie, which I still haven't watched yet because I want to read the book first. And that is Dumplin', and I also got Puddin', the sequel. Woo! This is by Julie Murphy. And fat female lead people, we need more of those, because we're real people who deserve to be represented. Why am I singing so much today? And next I picked up the duology. There's singing again, but whatever, we're going with it. So I finally got The Crown's Game and The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye. I've heard this compared to Game of Thrones. Mind you, I have never read Game of Thrones. I tried once, and I didn't actually like it. It was very adult fiction, and I'm very ace, and I really don't like that. I still watch the show. Does that make me a bad booktuber, not really having read A Song of Ice and Fire? The story's interesting, I just didn't like the way he writes. So we'll see if we like how Evelyn Skye writes. Skye writes. Like she writes all the books in the sky like an airplane. That would be like an event. That would be cool. That would waste a lot of gas and stuff. That would be really bad for the environment. Never mind. Oh god, is this going to fall? 3 more. Can you handle it? And I got another sci-fi book. Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. Poston. The back of the book says outcast, rogue, orphan, rebel. And honestly, that sounds like it would be on a t-shirt at Hot Topic. But the book is still intriguing to read, set in space and stuff. And that's all I know about it. I think I've kind of heard this compared to Firefly. And I love me some Firefly. So we'll see how this goes. Last two, we have Beyond a Darkened Shore by Jessica Leek. Leek? Not sure. This is another recent release. It's been a bit hyped up, so we will see how much we like it. Oh God, I'm so scared. I'm like playing Jenga here. Oh God, don't fall. Last book, I promise. And if you guys remembered my readathon from the end of the year as well again, I think my absolute favorite book during that readathon was Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. So I was so happy that BookOutlet had her other book, Made You Up. But I would believe deals with schizophrenia, and I loved Eliza, so I have to read this, and I'm pretty sure I will probably read it this month, maybe, kind of, because I love this. Another author that's now on my top list. Final book in the pile. Don't fall! Woo! So there you have it, all the books I got on BookOutlet.com except for 3. No, this video is not sponsored, but I wouldn't mind if it was, BookOutlet. So guys, what books did you recently buy? Put them in the comments below. Definitely check out BookOutlet.com if you haven't heard of them before, because I definitely spend way too much money on there. But all these books are super cheap, okay? I think the most expensive book I got was $8, and the least expensive I think I got was like $3. So they're really good prices, and these are like new releases. So now I have to figure out how to get all these books on these shelves, because they're quite full. Yeah, that's gonna be a task. Well, y'all know how to reach me down in the comments below or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter, and I'll see you next time, cuties. Bye!